Happy Thursday! We have got something good in the kitchen. We are fixing some Mexican pizzas because Amanda Jane loves Mexican pizzas. Not just any Mexican pizza, but Taco Bell's Mexican pizzas. And since they are discontinued, it was a sad day when she found that out. But I happened to find her a copycat recipe. So I am going to copycat Taco Bell's Mexican pizza recipe. So y'all come along with me and let's see what we can do. Alright, so our recipe is going to call for a pound of ground beef and we're going to fry it. So we're going to turn it on. Y'all know how I like to kind of do a little prep before we get started so that I can keep up with things. So I got, the meat is almost done. Let me step over here and get you the recipe. The recipe calls for 1 pound of ground beef, 1 packet of taco seasoning. But I don't buy that stuff. We don't do that. We make our own. Okay. And I'll give you the recipe to that too. And of course, you know, you'll put in 3/4 cup of water when you put in that seasoning mix. And here it calls for a cup of vegetable oil because in their recipe they fry their tortilla shells. But because we like to be a little bit healthy, I have mopped some of the tortilla shells with olive oil and I put them in the oven. So, and because they're so big, I went ahead and started on a couple, and I'll take those out in a minute. And it calls for 8 flour tortillas, but it says taco size. Well, you know, in this house, that's a taco to us. 1 can of refried beans, and on a normal good day, I make my own refried beans, but this ain't a normal good day. And it calls for 1 can of enchilada sauce. Satan's neck of the woods, no, we ain't doing no canned enchilada sauce. We made Amanda Jane's recipe. And then it calls for 2 cups of shredded Mexican cheese blend. So we like I told you, I made the enchilada sauce. It's Amanda Jane's recipe, and that is what all of my regular viewers already know. Is what we use in our enchilada, our chicken enchilada casserole. So we're gonna do this. And besides, you don't get all those preservatives and all those additives and stuff in there. And if you wanted to make it ahead of time, that does stay fresh in the refrigerator for 5 days. And let that cook. Y'all hold on to your drawers. And let's check these tortilla shells that's over here in the oven. Oh, well, snap. They might be a little bit done. Oh, heck. We just throw them in the garbage. Broke my 15-day cussing streak. Whew. But I didn't. Whew, I didn't. So, I guess that's why you need to pay more attention to it. See there? Even Mississippi Map admits she makes a flaw every now and then. Okay, so but what I was showing y'all was, see, like, I put a couple on them. Cookie sheet. Y'all hear my main #1 fan? Sorry, Jacob. But you know where you place. You are my #1 fan, but he's my #1 fan, which you already agreed to let him take that honor. Okay, so what I'm doing is, let me show y'all. Let me bend you down here. Hold your drawers. What I'm doing here is I am brushing these little boogers with a little bit of olive oil, we're gonna slap these things in here in the oven. Y'all look over him. He ain't right in the head. I think he might have been around me a little bit longer. Okay, so anyway, thank you for our little rendition of whatever that was. So as you can see, we live in a house of nuts. Levi's the only one that ain't nuts. But you just give him time and he will be eventually. Okay, so just about got this brown, and then I'm going to drain it and put it back in the pan. Now, like I told y'all, I make my own taco seasoning, and you will put 2 heaping tablespoons of this in here, and it equals up to the amount of one of those store-bought things that you get, you know, at the store. So let's make sure that we don't burn up these tortilla shells, or we might not have no pizzas. We might have pizza chips or something. Them things is hard enough to knock somebody out. Oh, I was going to show y'all the sauce. It's a little thick now because it's been sitting here for a minute or two, but it ain't nothing that we can't just... My first time making it, Amanda Jane is always the dedicated enchilada sauce maker in this house. But I followed her recipe to the T, and I am assured that it's going to be a very close second. And you know, I never did know that you put enchilada sauce on Mexican pizza, but hey, I guess that's why it's called Mexican pizza. So easy. That's all right. Everybody hold on. I'm just tearing down the kitchen. You know, we like to do different stuff in here. And I'm going to start making Amanda and Brian tell me what they want me to cook. Because I'm running out of ideas of what to cook. But I did this because she's a little bit special. And she wants her Mexican pizza. Okay, so y'all hold on to your drawers, and let me turn y'all around here just a little bit, and I'm gonna rinse this out. Rinse it, pour this meat, drain this meat. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I like to rinse my meat with the hot water to get some more of the juice off of there. And we're fixing to add the seasoning pack in it, so it's not, it hasn't washed any seasoning off. Okay, now come on back around here. And see, and this is actually a very simple recipe to do. Okay, so now, like I told you, this is a pound of meat. So we're going to use 2 tablespoons of this homemade taco seasoning mix. And it smells so good, y'all. And Miss Donna, ain't no cayenne cooking tonight, honey. No cayenne cooking tonight, baby. Okay, let's check these. Okay, these are ready to flip over. So I flip them over, and I'll take those out in just a minute. All right, and I got to do my 3/4 cup of water. 4 our taco meat. And so we'll just Let that cook till it thickens up a little bit. You know, cooks down the juice a good bit. Ooh, it smells so good. Now, of course, it does have red pepper flakes in there, but not enough to knock your toenails off, so you're all right with that. And I can give you the recipe for the taco seasoning mix too, if you decide you want it. Okay, so now we're letting that cook, and we got this done, and I'm going to cut up our tomato so it'll be ready. See, we were supposed to be doing a live on here, but I am not complaining that we're not live. And I've already washed my tomato. Y'all please wash all your vegetables. You don't want none of that next door neighbor stuff. So, anyway, Roro, I'm not live, so I can't jee-haw with you, but I am carefully handling my knife. Let me check on our tortilla shells. Oh yeah, baby. See that? Now that's how they're supposed to look. So let me take them off here and put them over here. I'm going to get us a couple more on here. So we're going to, you know, brush us a little bit of olive oil on these. And we're going to put these in the oven. And I guess I'll time these so I can give you an exact amount if you don't want to fry them. So, I'm going to watch the time and talk to y'all at the same time. And also, in just a second or two, we will be heating up the refried beans, because if you heat them up, they smear better, easier on the tortilla shells. Well, I really don't miss Facebook per se, but I miss y'all. I miss conversing back and forth with you. And I'm going to do some work to get it to where I'll be live on YouTube so that I can talk to y'all, because I know y'all going to be commenting. And you still can make comments, and I'll just go back and look at them later, and I'll reply to you. And of course, anybody got anything they want to say or questions or anything, you can hit Candace up, you can hit Mobella up, or Katie, y'all know her as Katie, or Crystal, Jessie calls her Jewel, and I guess you could do David, but he probably ain't gonna have time for his mama's stuff. So anyway, our meat is almost done. Do y'all hear Levi? Let me go get him, hang on. Levi! Hey, you come here. You mad because you can't talk to him? Come on. Come on. Say hey, y'all. Say hey, y'all. Look. Say hey. Y'all hear him? He's just been talking over there. You? See, he's just been talking. He wanted to be on here because he is my sous chef. He my boss. He tell me how to do things around this house. Don't you, Levi? Except for when I won't let him get the rug at the door. Then I'm not his favorite person. Okay. Say, see y'all later. Alright. Okay, this is almost ready. So, I'm going to do our beans in just a second. Let me check our shells. Okay, let me flip our shells over. And so that was 3 minutes on this side. And I guess we will do it 3 minutes on the other side. So I guess for a total of 6 minutes, you want to say, all together. Okay. And we got our beans in here. And I'm going to heat them up. Now it said for the toppings, it has tomatoes, green onions, and black olives. And of course, we'll use some sour cream on some of ours. Amanda don't like sour cream, so she won't put it on there. But we got these little bitty containers of black sliced olives. Sliced black olives. There we go. And our green onions, which has been washed. So, alright. Alright, our meat is done. So I'm going to just kind of brush around here. And our enchilada sauce is ready. And 1 more minute and we'll take out the next thing of tortilla shells. And I will show y'all how you assemble it. And let me get our shredded cheese. We got tons of cheese in the refrigerator. Call us rats. Okay, let's take out these tortilla shells. Alright, so this is what they look like from 3 minutes on each side. So see, they be hot too. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to assemble these. Okay, so what it says to do is to, hang on. You take your refried beans and you will smear on, let's turn it this way, you will smear on some of the refried beans. Let me get them stirred up because they're nice and good and hot here. It says to put on a nice, generous portion. So that's what we're doing. And Katie, she always, when she was younger, I don't know, when she lived at home, and we went to Taco Bell, she would order these Mexican pizzas because she liked them too. So she very well might like to have this recipe too and make some. But I don't know if she still even eats this or not. Let me do this one. Oh, look at that. That's a lot easier, isn't it? You up here, Levi? He is so happy over there. Okay, all right. And then once you got this on there, you sprinkle some of your your ground meat on there. So see, this would probably be something for you working moms and dads that your teenagers could fix y'all have for dinner. I mean, I don't know, it could happen if you have teenagers that like to help cook. In my house, it didn't matter whether they like to cook, they like to eat. So if they wanted to eat, they was gonna fix it while we was at work. Okay, so we have got this bottom layer done. And then you will take and place these on there. And then you will take your enchilada sauce. And you will cover the shell with that. Oh, and I don't know if I told y'all, but you're supposed to preheat your oven to 400 for this. I mean, you know, after you get it assembled. And since I had to preheat it for 400, I just left it at that to do these too. But of course, I'm figuring that if you fried these, they wouldn't be all bubbly like this. But I don't mind if they bubbly because I'm going to cut them and eat them anyway, so. Alrighty. And then you are going to sprinkle your cheese on there. See, it is the Mexican style blend shredded cheese. And I bet this would be really, really good. Brian makes, as my viewers, regular viewers know, he smokes some of the awesomest cheeses. And he does a pepper jack cheese that is so good. I think it would be awesome on this Mexican pizza. But, you know, we ain't got none. We done ate it all. But we used it on one time making the enchilada casserole. I used it instead of this bag cheese, and I just used just that, and oh y'all, it was so fine, so fine. Oh, I know, I was going to do Amanda Jane a couple jalapeno pieces, and I didn't do it yet, but I will do that so that she can put some on her pizza, because Amanda Jane likes jalapenos. Mississippi Mouse don't like jalapenos. Okay, so as you see, they are assembled, and they are topped with the enchilada sauce and the shredded cheese blend, and I'm going to stick them in the oven, and you just let them cook until the cheese is completely melted, and so we'll see how that turns out. While I'm letting do that, I'll do up the other one. So, trying to see. You know, let me tell y'all what. I bought my grandchildren a trampoline. Well, 5 of my grandchildren. And they absolutely love it. But I think their mama loves it more than me. Because they get out there and play and they get out of her hair. And I'm going to go see them in a few weeks. And I think that, well, I thought that I would get on the trampoline with them. But I have since changed my mind. Because there ain't enough WD-40, duct tape, silicone, or pixie sticks to put me back together. So I'll just stand there and enjoy and live vicariously through them. Okay, so I'm going to put these last 2 in here and I'll let them do. And the cheese is melting really well. Okay, so what I was telling you was, let me go back over the recipe with you one more time. It is 1 pound of ground beef, 1 packet of taco seasoning mix, or make your own, and I can give you the recipe for that also. 3/4 cup of water, 1 cup of vegetable oil if you choose to fry your tortilla shells, 8 flour tortillas. It says taco size. We have the burrito size, which I don't know of any normal person that would eat a taco size Mexican pizza. I don't know anybody eats a taco size tortilla for nothing. But anyway, I get sidetracked to squirreling. 1 15-ounce can of refried beans, or you can make your own refried beans. 1 10-ounce can of enchilada sauce. We don't buy that store-bought junk. We make our own. And 2 cups of shredded Mexican cheese blend. And you will preheat your oven to 400 degrees. And then, you know, a large skillet. You will brown and crumble your beef. You'll drain your grease. Then you'll add your taco seasoning and your water and stir. And you bring it to a boil and then reduce the heat. And let it simmer until it's thickened. And now if you were going to fry in a large skillet, you will put your 1 cup of oil. And you will add the tortillas 1 at a time. And you'll cook it 3 to 4 minutes, flipping frequently is what it says in the recipe, until they crisp, and then you'll set them aside. And meanwhile, you will heat up your refried beans in the microwave like y'all saw me do. And I told you why, because that makes it easier to spread on the tortilla shell. And, you know, slather a really nice, they call it slather, and I just say smear a generous layer of beans on there, and then top it with beef, and then put the other tortilla shell on top and slather it with about 2 tablespoons of enchilada sauce. I probably put more than that, and then you put your shredded cheese on there. You place the pizzas on the nonstick baking sheet like I did, bake 8 to 10 minutes until the cheese is melted, and then you serve with your favorite toppings, which, like I said, was chopped tomatoes, sliced black olives, diced green onions, sour cream, and I'm going to fix a couple little jalapeños for Amanda Jane. So let's check and see. Oh, yes, y'all, I think they be looking just almost there. Almost there. We'll get a couple plates and get them ready. And then I'm going to top one, but I'm also going to get out jalapeno for Amanda Jane. She likes a lot of little heat things in here. Do we have any more in here? Do I need to get some out that we got frozen? There's no fresh one up on the counter. Oh. 1 jalapeno, and I'm finna wash it. Yes, we wash all this stuff because you never know what kind of germs might be on there from everybody and their brother picking out what they want and which one they want. And she likes to have hers kind of cook a little bit. Let me check on our pieces in the oven. They're almost there. I'm going to flip over these other 2 shells. And because I ain't touching these halabugas with my fingers, we're going to move the skillet over here and rake these little diddlies over in here, like so. And put just a little drop of olive oil in there so they don't stick and burn. So we let those do. Okay, now I'm going to take out these. I'm going to take out these 2 that are ready. Oh, don't they look so good? Don't they look so good? Okay, they're on there. And then I'm going to do up the other one in just a minute. And I don't know what Brian wants on his. I know he don't want black olives. So I'm just going to let them fix their own. But I'll have to show you with mine. So I guess I could let one of these be mine. Okay. So I'm going to put some green onions on here. Okay. We'll put some tomatoes. Put some tomatoes on here. See? Let me kind of whisk our peppers around here. Let's cook a little bit. All right, now let me check and see about these other tortilla shells. Oh yeah, they'll be ready. All right. Happy jalapeños. Okay. Let's do these. more time. I don't know how I'm doing it. She wants these things. The way they make me sneeze. We might have to turn the fan on. One time she had some peppers. Woo, they was hotter than, well, they was hot. And me and poor Levi was a coughing up a storm. Okay, so alrighty. We're gonna say we thinking her peppers is gonna have to be done. And so you see, we're doing this last one here. Your pizza's ready, Mr. Brian. See, this is dedicated love right here, y'all. I'm cooking this woman up jalapeños. No, I'm not coughing over everything. Okay. Anyway. Alright, so y'all see how it is. See y'all next week. Peace, love, cornbread.